What was the exact moment you realized that the random old storage unit you bought at an auction wasn't just filled with junk, but something that completely rewrote the history of the person who owned it before you? Last summer, I went to one of those storage locker auctions you always see on TV. I wasn't expecting much, maybe some beat-up furniture or boxes of VHS tapes. I won a unit for $120 because nobody else wanted it. The door rolled up, and it looked like a hoarder's nightmare. Dusty boxes, broken lamps, old clothes. My buddy laughed and said I'd wasted my money. We started hauling stuff out when I noticed a heavy trunk shoved in the back, locked with 2 old padlocks. It took us almost an hour to pry it open, and when we finally did, my jaw dropped. Inside were stacks of leather-bound journals, military medals, and photographs so old they looked like they belonged in a museum. At first, I thought it was just some veteran's keepsakes, but then I opened one of the journals. The handwriting was cramped, almost shaky, and it detailed missions from World War II in shocking detail, names, locations, even sketches of maps. One entry described sneaking behind enemy lines to smuggle children out of occupied towns. Another mentioned coded messages hidden in postcards. I googled some of the names, half thinking it was exaggerated. Nope, they matched real events and real people who had gone missing during the war. Whoever owned this unit wasn't just a soldier, they were part of an underground resistance network. The photos backed it up. One showed a group of kids in ragged clothes standing in front of a train station, with the same man appearing in multiple shots, sometimes in uniform, sometimes disguised. The medals? French, British, and American, including one I couldn't even identify at first because it was so rare. I turned everything over to a local historian, who later confirmed the journals were authentic. The man whose unit I bought had lived a double life, quiet small-town handyman on the surface, unsung war hero underneath. All I wanted was a cheap dresser. Instead, I uncovered a story that had been buried for decades, and every time I think about it, I wonder how many more lives have boxes of history just sitting in dusty units, waiting for someone to care enough to open them.